Now, the video release of North Dakota investigators questioning Attorney General Ravnsborg by the South Dakota Department of Public Safety is a first of its kind in South Dakota. While there has often been talk of transparency in state government, the reality is getting records from government agencies, especially law enforcement, can be virtually impossible. KELOLAND's Angela Kennecke joins us now with a look back at denials for such records when working on investigative reports for KELOLAND News and the failed effort to open more police records in South Dakota.
It's safe to say that every journalist in the state was surprised by the release of hours of video of Ravnsborg being questioned by investigators in the fatal crash which killed Joe Beaver. It allowed a glimpse behind the curtain of secrecy that typically surrounds investigations in South Dakota. I was one of the journalists who was a member of a 2016 Open Government Task Force, which tried to make more law enforcement records public in the 2017 legislative session.
The 2016 Open Government Task Force succeeded in convincing lawmakers to allow booking photos be made public. At the time, there was also an effort to open up police incident reports to the public.
We need to be careful of those that are innocent out there, and protect them, and at the same time, release information to the public that could be of public interest.
However, that effort to open police reports failed. South Dakota Newspaper Association Executive Director Dave Bordewijk was part of the Open Government Task Force.
I've heard from countless editors and reporters over the years who have said, how can we go about getting access to these types of records, be it an interrogation video or just some type of report that law enforcement has made. And, again and again, frustrated because the law is not on the side of the public in terms of access to those records and just continually denied.
KELOLAND Investigates has requested video evidence numerous times over the years, only to be denied. In February of 2018, we asked for video of an altercation from the South Dakota Department of Public Safety, but were denied, citing two sections of South Dakota law that protect law enforcement records from being made public. In 2016, I asked then Minnehaha County State's Attorney Aaron McGowan for video of two abuse incidents involving former LifeScape employees on the condition we would blur out the victim's face. McGowan responded saying, "We are not permitted to release any evidence in a criminal case other than through discovery to the defense attorney." In 2016, I asked then Attorney General Marty Jackley for video of an assault by an inmate in the South Dakota State Prison of Correctional Officer Zane Mathis. Jackley responded that no video was shown in court, so therefore it wasn't considered public record.
Do you believe this will set a precedent for journalists and the public to be able to see more of these kinds of videos in future cases?
The open records law that we have in South Dakota is amended, changed to deal with some of these issues. This is where we're at. I think this is a very unique circumstance we saw with the release of these videos. It certainly was extraordinary, but I don't think we're going to see much of it again unless the law changes.
The South Dakota Department of Public Safety issued KELOLAND Investigates a statement which said, the decision to release these videos was because the Attorney General is the state's highest-ranking law enforcement official, and that the department was directed by the governor's office to release this information as part of her commitment to be transparent in this case.
Thanks, Angela. With the release of the two interviews with Ravnsborg, the public is getting a clearer picture of what unfolded this September night west of Highmore as the Attorney General was making his way home from Redfield. Now, the body of Beaver was found by Ravnsborg the morning after the crash in the ditch along Highway 14 just west of town. For a closer look at the maps of the crash site, you can check out this KELOLAND.com original online right now by Jacob Newton.